I want to show you how I get OpenClaw for 20 bucks a month on one of my OpenClaws using OpenAI. So that's a flat fee, so I'm not paying by token.
You're going to run this command.
I get asked a lot, what model do I use? I've been doing the series 100 Days of OpenClaw, and I've moved from model to model. I've done Kimi 2.5, Gemma 3, I've done locally and in the cloud. I've used Codex, I've used Anthropic, Sonnet, and Opus, and I've used DeepSeek 3.2, and I've used Llama 4 and 3.2, and I've used Minimax. I heard the new one's better though, the new Minimax model. I made previous videos about how to spend nothing while using OpenClaw, so you can check that link in the description, and that's with DeepSeek, CautionML, as well as by using some of the credits and or running locally. Locally can be really slow depending on your computer. If you have like a normal 24 gig RAM M4 chip on a Mac, you're, instead of waiting 2 to 5 seconds, you're waiting 1 to 3 minutes, depending on what you're doing. But what model do I think is the best right now? And I gotta say, it's the Codex series of OpenAI. And the reason I say it's the best is because when you need, for example, treasury management, I wouldn't trust the treasury management for one of the projects that I'm building and interaction with other bots in my database management and various things with other models, to just be frank, except for maybe DeepSeek 3.2. Not going political here, just looking at the like neck for neck, like who is the best. I think it's, it's the guys who spent the most money. Ultimately, it really is Anthropic and OpenAI, but they're really expensive. However, while Anthropic has moved away from allowing you to use your subscription, which was what got OpenClaw really popular, OpenAI, because they have like brought the creator into OpenAI of OpenClaw, now they're really going with it. And so I'm using Codex and I'm very happy with it. It comes with my $20 a month OpenAI subscription that I already use. And it's obviously really good at coding, really big, complex, like code-based management. Like we know that it's probably the very best at that. Yeah, even Peter Steinberger, the creator of OpenClaw, talks, coding with Codex, right? So I agree with him on that. So I want to be clear. I use different models for different things, and I do toggle between them because OpenAI has the quota that, after 3 days of like if you're running it like once an hour doing minimum, like medium-sized tasks, then you reach your quota and then you're blocked. And so then you want to move to another model. In my case, I go over to DeepSeek 3.2, which is a free model if you do token cycling, or, you can pay for it. And it's, like similar price to what you get on OpenRouter or Together. So, and for my customer service for OpenCloser and scheduling and stuff, I actually use Gemma 3.2 because I can't use my quota, but it's very affordable. Here is how I
All right, so this assumes you have your gateway running. All right, so you're running and you're going to run this command. OpenClaw models auth login provider OpenAI Codex. It will open up this window, and then I'm going to log in with Google. And so it'll ask you if you want to sign in. You click continue, and it says authentication successful. Return to terminal to continue. And now I'm good to go. Then to set it as your default, you'll just get OpenClaw models set. I think this is right. All right, so now it's set. And so when I run OpenClaw TUI, I should see 5.4. So sometimes this happens whereby we have it remembering the old model, and then you just run it again. And sometimes I'll just say hi. Then it'll respond. There we go. It's a UI thing sometimes for it to update. It's just one of those bugs. That's how you get to OpenAI Codex GPT 5.4.
All right, well, it's been a great day 37. Thanks for watching.